if you want to be a content creator and you want to go viral or like break the internet, you have to be okay with being cringe.
Kaiti Yoo is a fashion and lifestyle content creator who's amassed over 860,000 followers across her social channels.
Like, accept that you will be cringe.
From other people or yourself?
When you're first trying to break the internet or get out there or go viral, you are going to stick out and you are going to be doing stuff that people around you are not doing. And so there might be judgment from the people who are watching you. There might be judgment from yourself of like, oh, why am I doing this? Like, what if I fail? That's going to be so embarrassing. Accept that that is normal. And that is what every single big person or accomplished or viral or famous person has gone through to get to where they are. Like, that's just an inevitable step of the process. And the more that you can just be like owning it and stepping into, yeah, this is what I'm doing and I'm going to do it even though you think that I'm cringe, it's just going to save you a lot of resistance. The moment a person blows up on YouTube or any other platform, it's the fact that there has been quality all along, but one video manages to catch on to the algorithm. And then when people come in through that door, they realize like, oh my gosh, there's actually such hidden gems here. So like there were a lot of videos that weren't seen until that one video brought all these people in. But then once they came in, they were like, oh my gosh.
Well, and how much time elapsed to get to that?
It took me exactly 6 months to go from 0 to 100,000, which is like it's relatively fast. However, I think, and that can be viewed as like, oh my gosh, that's crazy, such a blessing. However, I do think that when one skyrockets to like fame that fast without like the foundation of like the toil over time, when things start going haywire, like your foundation's a little shakier. So while I'm very grateful that I grew that fast, I think later on in my career when things like weren't going as fast or I was regressing or something like that, like those losses kind of hit more hard because I hadn't experienced that like within the 6 months. I got to a point where I couldn't create content even if I want to. And as somebody who always prided on herself on like, no matter how you feel, you got to get up and you got to commit to this and you got to get it done. To suddenly not be able to do it, I think because it was burnout, was like so shocking for me. I was like, literally, who am I? And I ended up taking, I think like a 4-month break from creating pretty much any long form content because I literally couldn't. It was because creativity is our currency. And I felt like I was scraping the bottom of a bucket and I didn't have anything left. And it was at this time where my counselor / therapist also was like, this might be minor depression. And so I have also gotten help, been getting professional help in terms of like medications and stuff like that. And I think that what I've learned through that season right after graduating was that, you know, although I have these gifts and these talents, I am not queen of the universe. I am not this invincible superhuman that can accomplish anything I want. I think because for me, again, my faith. And so I feel like I really just was reminded of how much I rely on God and how much like everything that I have is a gift. So now coming out of that, I think I view content and this whole industry and this platform very differently in terms of, you know, who am I impacting? Who is watching these videos and how can I make their day better with like my 10 minutes that I'm uploading onto the internet? And I never used to view it that way. Like it always before I would just be like, how can I get famous? How can I, you know, get the most clicks and how can I grow the fastest? But now I'm for the first time kind of peeling that back the curtain and being like, okay, but who are all these people that I'm trying to reach? And what do they need? And what do I wish I could receive from somebody on the other end of the screen? And so it's a new perspective and I don't really know how to approach my work going forward with this new perspective. And I think you're kind of talking to me at a stage where I don't really know like where I'm going to go from here. But that's where I am today.